Hello, everybody. Whatever is the time today, I'll just say hello. Okay, this is just a tip for any person who would want to take a bar examination in any at any given time. Ito po, Tagalogin na lang natin. Ang ito po, i-dedicate ko ito sa kan. I'm dedicating this to all Filipinos who would want to take the bar exams in the Philippines. At as you know, mahirap po ang bar exam sa Pilipinas. Mas mahirap po siya yan kumpara po sa bar exam ng ibang bansa. I have talked to many friends who took bar exams in other countries. In Canada, hindi ko nabanggit yung pangalan, mas madaling ipasa po yung bar exams ng Pilipinas, ng ibang bansa kaysa bar exam ng Pilipinas. Yan po yun yung katotohanan. So ngayon, ito ko, maiksing kwento lamang ito. At ang aking pong kwento ganito. Let us frame an example of a question. Ganito. How to answer? This is an effective way of answering a question. For example, I'll give you a problem. Problem is this. Pedro is mayor of town A. Then he ran for the second term and he won. Then Pedro ran for the third term and Pedro won. Now, during the middle of his term as the mayor for the third time in Town A, the town became a city. In the next election, which is supposed to be the fourth election, Pedro ran again for mayor. And knowing that in the Philippines, there are 3 term limits for any local official. Now, with that, can Pedro still run for mayor for the fourth time? That's the question. So, how to answer that? Actually, in answering any question, lahat ng mga tanong, kung anong tatanong, Tagalogin ko pala, ay pwede kayong sumagot the yes or the both sides. You can choose both sides of the question, of the answers. For example, you say yes, he can run. So just give your justification. And if you say no, he can run, he cannot run, then give the justification. That is the way lawyers are supposed to answer questions. So that bar examinations are reflections or what we call as the truth test of standards for one to become a lawyer. So how to answer that question? Okay, ulitin ko lang facts. Pedro won an election for the first term as mayor of Town A. Then he ran for re-election and he won for the second straight term of Town A. Then Pedro ran for the third time as mayor for Town A and he won. But before he finished his third and final term, the town became a city. Then, in the fourth term, he filed the certificate of candidacy for mayor again. Question. If you were the if you were to decide, will you allow Pedro to run for mayor for the fourth time? That's the question. So how to answer this? Sa aking karanasan po, bilang pag-take ng bar exam, one time ko lang po na-take, na pasa, I formulated the 3-sentence rule. Paano ko yung pina-formulate? So, first, I state my answer, yes or no, and then, after saying yes or no, comma, then state specifically or expressly what do you mean by yes or what do you mean by no. Next sentence is you give the legal basis, your reasoning, and then the third sentence shall be in addition to your reasoning. Okay, how to answer this? Knowing that in the Philippines, local officials can run and can serve only a maximum of 3 terms. So my question again, I'll just repeat it. Pedro ran for mayor in Town A. He won. Next term, he ran for mayor again in the same town, and then he won. On the third term, he ran again and he won. But during the third and final term, supposedly, the town became a city. So on the fourth, in the next election, he filed his candidacy for mayor again, for mayor again in the same place, in the same local government unit. No, not in the same, but in the same place. Okay. So how do you answer that? Will you allow him to run? My my your answer could either be yes or no. Okay. If I answer, but to me, the correct answer should be yes, I will allow him to run. That's it. The first sentence is yes. Then you give a clarity statement. What do you mean by yes? Yes, comma, I will allow him to run. Period. Next sentence. A town is a local government unit and a city is a separate local government unit. Number three statement, number three statement for the same. The limitation of three-term limit is applicable only to a particular local government unit. Di ba? Nakita mo? Tatlong sentence lang. Or you can do it this way. Yes, I will allow him to run. A town is a local government unit is a town is a local government unit and a city is another local government unit. They cannot never be the same local government unit. Hence, there is no prohibition for him. There is no three-term limit prohibition for him to run again. That's it. That's how to answer that. Hanggang dyan na muna, ha? Yan na muna mga sentence. Ulitin ko lang, for clarity purposes, you develop a three-sentence rule. Three-sentence rule, ganito. Ulitin ko lang problem. A or Pedro ran for mayor of town A and he won. Then Pedro ran for mayor again for the second term of town A. He won. And then on the third term, Pedro ran again for the mayor of town A and then he won. But during his third term, the town became a city. Next election, supposedly the fourth, Pedro ran for mayor. Now, will you allow him to run if you were to decide? My answer is this: yes, comma, I will allow him to run. Number two, as per sentence yan. Second sentence, a town is one local government unit and a city is another local government unit. Period. Then number three statement, the three-term limit rule is applicable only to a particular local government unit. That's it. That's how I say it. So thank you and watch for my next tip sa mga barristers sa magte-take sa bar exams ngayong November ba. Okay? Hanggang dyan na muna.